Welcome to Cosmos with Bailey. I'm Bailey and I'm a clairvoyant, psychic medium and spiritual healer based in New Zealand. Welcome. So today's video is going to be on how to disengage, got my trusty pen, how to disengage from others' negativity. So this has taken me a while to navigate with finesse, and I've been through a lot of situations and understanding the difference in frequency and where someone else is at the soul journey and where I'm at, and also making a distinction between the levels of soul maturity and the people that I'm surrounding myself with. So it's very important to remember that if you are more open and vast in your energy, or you are more connected into the soul and the cosmos, you are going to most likely come from a place a little bit more of maturity and understanding in the soul about being in the earthly reality and whatnot, and that there is negativity. There are people that are unhappy. There is such things as war, and you can't change what's playing out. And because there's different levels of soul frequency and energy and whatnot, and what someone else is experiencing and what you're experiencing, some people struggle to understand that what they're thinking and feeling isn't the end-all be-all to everybody else. And what I've found with people who are very, very negative, and I use that term lightly, but it just helps me understand and also others understand the difference in energy and choosing better energy to surround yourself with, per se. Negative energy is very, very heavy and dense. It's such things as demonic energies and entities in the aura. It's trauma. It's self-centeredness. It's the ego. It's the me persona that a lot of people are still operating from. And the negativity and what some people are putting out, they're not at the level of awareness to understand that they can change that. And it's taken me a while to understand that. And I'm like, well, why would someone put negativity out? Because they're not at a place in the soul where they understand that they can change their energy and their frequency. I use the term frequency very lightly because it's not about raising your vibration. A lot of people talk about that. It's more so seeing the reality of things and making informed, mature discernments with other people's energy and what they're experiencing. Yeah, so and it's sort of coming from a place of maturity as well. And some people, pointing fingers, I've been there. We've all been there. This person's been really negative. I don't like them. XYZ. And usually when there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of projection. There's a lot of self-centeredness. People believe that everyone else should be catering to their wants and needs. And what they're saying and doing, everyone else should be listening and watching as well. And so usually when there's high amounts of inner negativity in someone, there'll be high amounts of domination and control. There's not true spiritual empowerment. They probably have very ingrained behavioral patterns and beliefs, probably from childhood, but I also don't like to blame everything on childhood upbringing and family dynamics, because I have dreamt about people who have done things in past lives that they're continuing to do in this life. So you can't just sort of blame everything on a bad childhood. There's soul choices that have been made somewhere down the line and choosing to align with really intense negativity and whatnot. But also, at any point, someone could decide to change and move out of that frequency if they wanted. And usually when there's lots of negativity, someone's energy is like this. it's very, very small. They're very small within themselves, and there's not a lot of life force revolving around. There's not a lot of soul connection. There's not a lot of authenticity or joy and light and authentic creativity or ideas and inspirations. That's really when you get copycats and whatnot, and people stealing and taking from other people, or trying to take other people's personas. There's such thing as soul swapping or taking other people's authentic light for themselves. So that's a state of spiritual immaturity. That person hasn't cultivated enough light within them, or they've aligned with certain things in their past lives that have brought them down into the lower realms, something like black magic, worshipping the devil, all the stuff that attributes to inner negativity and where someone is today. You just don't know on the soul journey what someone has chosen to align with in their past lives and why they're experiencing what they're experiencing right now. And usually when someone's in intense negativity like that, it's like this. The energy is like this, as opposed to something that's a lot more open and flowy. And it's like condensed, heavy energy, negative energy. It's like this heaviness, and it is like the earthly realm feels very, very hard. I have to attack and pull down others before someone else pulls down me. I need to be seen in this light. It's very, very heavy, and it's not a nice way to experience the soul in the body. But the point of soul evolution is to evolve out of density. But for some of us, maybe we did not choose to align with negativity in our past lives. You know, there's many that the reasons why someone would experience something is not just childhood trauma. There's so much more going on. Yeah, so small energy and then big energy is where your life force is flowing. And this is why I've got the life force chakra energy clearing meditation, which is essentially giving you a mini energy healing and opening, which is over on my Etsy shop. And if you feel like your energy is like this and you're constantly in this state of smallness, usually when people are in that small negative energy, they have to put on really pushy personas to try and get what they want, because they don't know how to work with their own energy or life force. So if you're in that energy where you think everything is revolving around you, you know, you can do something about it and open yourself up to more happiness and joy. And a lot of the times it's simple chakra work that could help you with that, or getting to know what's going on in your auric energy. So small energy, big energy. Some of us incarnate with a lot more light and a bigger aura than other people, and it can be very triggering for other people that are not really working with their energy. So that's when frequency difference comes in and whatnot. And I think, I think it's like disengaging from someone else's negativity. What really helped me move out of just, because I could feel, usually if you're really in tune with yourself and your energy is more open, you can feel when someone's aiming stuff at you very subtly, and you'll be able to pick it up, especially if you're really clear in your energies, and you'll know with a discernment, okay, I don't need to be around that person. But what's really helped me understand it from a mature perspective is, first and foremost, there's small energy and then there's big energy. And then I was experiencing something and I just thought, obviously this person doesn't realize that other people are living their lives, and that other people have children to look after, other people have jobs, other people have bills, other people are trying to live their lives, and it is the state of almost spiritual infancy that a lot of inner negativity people want other people to revolve around their dramas and whatnot, and they don't have the spiritual capabilities to understand that they have the power to change those. So that's victim perpetrator consciousness, essentially. But what really helped me, especially working as a psychic and healer, when I was experiencing a lot of negativity being aimed at me by other people and not understanding it, was first and foremost understanding the difference in frequency, and then realizing that there is so much more going on than these this person's dramas or whatever they're aiming at me. There's a vast entire cosmos, especially working as a healer and whatnot, and being clairvoyant. There is so much more going on. I don't need to focus on this person's dramas or whatever they're trying to send me or whatever it is. That person can leave. Or that person needs to be blocked, or that person, I don't need to be around this person. This is called spiritual discernment. And that if you're trying to put something together, if you're trying to build a business, if you want to add more beauty to the earth, if you want to be a better mother because you experience a really bad family dynamic, that's you adding more good stuff to the earth. And you shouldn't have to tolerate or allow someone else's negativity to stop you from doing good things for the earth. And there's a definite thing in this earthly realm where people get addicted to suffering and that they think that everyone else needs to suffer, but that's not how the earth changes, and that's not how we evolve. We have to evolve out of the state of suffering and blame and shame and victim perpetrator and start doing better things on the earth. So that may be for you, you know what, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be a better mother than what I experienced. I'm going to go get some help and clear out my inner child so I don't project my stuff onto my child, because that's what happened to me. It could be, you know what, I think I could do better than kit sit houses. I think I'm going to make sure that when I leave the earth, that I leave it with more beauty and integrity and art and design. Being spiritual does not mean you have to be a healer or an energy healer or a psychic. It could just be, you know what, I came down with this really creative flair. I'm tired of seeing, this art that means nothing, and I want to paint something beautiful for the earth. And it's coming from your soul. There's this more open energy. The lighting's just gone, but it's more open energy. It's not negative where it is, yeah. And so what's really helped me understand recently is the cosmic connection to everything. I'm like, okay, this person is aiming their dramas at me and their negativity. They're obviously not aware or in charge of their life, and that they think it's other people's responsibility, what they're feeling. And then I just thought, you know what? I can't be bothered with this. And I think a lot of us, when we are very open in our energy, we tend to go too much down the empathy path where we allow other people's negativity, because it's like, well, obviously this person isn't very happy. Goodness me. And you go into a little bit of that self-sacrificial, which is not healthy, and allowing people's behavior. And this is why I talk about boundaries and discernment often, that you're not responsible for what's going on in someone else's aura in life. You don't know their past lives. You don't know what they're trying to work through. And the biggest, most empowering thing that you can do if there's negativity is give it back to them. This is yours. You need to work through this. This isn't mine. Yeah. Yeah, so it depends also how you've grown up in your inner child. I do know that if you struggle disengaging from negativity, it could be that you grew up in a really negative environment. You have little to no boundaries or self-worth or self-respect. And you may just put yourself in negative frequencies out of habit, because that's what you know. So that's probably a sign that you need to do some inner child work. Sometimes you need to get I call it, for me as a woman, I call it maternal firmness. I don't want to be someone else's mother, but I do sometimes have this feeling like, okay, I'm putting a boundary there because I don't want to deal with your behavior. It's not my responsibility. You need to go elsewhere. It's my own inner mother and my spirit saying, this isn't for me, go away. And that's what you need, and that's also what men need. Men need that paternal energy within them, that fatherly energy that's like, you know what? I'm working on a business. I'm doing this. I've got kids. I've got things to do. You can leave. You can get off my property. I don't want to deal with this. You've got to go. And that's sort of what you need from disengaging from negativity, is spiritual firmness. Yeah, and also, if you find yourself getting spiritually bogged, it's probably you've got weak work boundaries. And yeah, the life force chakra meditation, great for getting to open up that auric energy and whatnot. Yeah, do I have anything else to say? Just a very short video on disengaging. Yeah, I think you can go through a lot of experiences where you maybe get over, I think, like, and you have to go through a lot of experiences when disengaging from negativity, and then you sort of gain more wisdom and maturity in navigating it and not allowing it to affect what you're doing. Because I do know when people try to aim negativity at you, they want you to change what you're doing because they either feel threatened, they feel insecure, they believe that their insecurities other people need to cater to and whatnot. And the biggest, most empowering thing you can do is disengage from it and hand the negativity back. Yeah. Oh, it's just taken me a while to figure that one out and do it from a place of grace. Especially when certain people around you, like family members or work environments or whatnot, a lot of people who are in that small negative energy don't like it when you start saying no, and unfortunately you do start to get some pushback, and you need to take it in your stride. You need to take it as a learning curve and whatnot, and it's sort of like moving out of a state of spiritual immaturity and moving into more soul maturity, where you're like, okay, I see you're feeling that way, but that's not my responsibility. And it's, yeah, everyone needs to figure out how to help themselves eventually on the soul journey. Okay, do I have anything else to say about disengaging? A lot of it comes from love and self-respect from yourself, and understanding that you deserve to be around better energies. I was talking to a friend recently, and we both sort of went, choop, okay, I've had enough of dealing with this. I'm tired of people projecting on me. I want to be around better people. It's too tiring and exhausting constantly dealing with people who project their stuff onto you. And like, you've got your own life. And that you've got your own life to live. So that's what happens with other people's negativity. They don't really understand that you have your own things going on. And so it's like almost if you have been overrun by other people's negativity, if it's in a working situation, a living environment, or a home environment or whatnot, it's sort of like saying, you know what? No, thank you. No, thank you. And it takes a while to get to that point and do it from a place of grace. And yeah, just allowing other people their experiences, and that you don't need to be a part of them. And that's a part of soul maturity as well. And also the cosmos connection. There's so much more going on. And when people are in a state of negativity, they typically can't see outside of their negativity. It's in that smallness, and they do not understand that other people are not focusing on them and their feelings and their wants and needs, and that other people do have other things going on in their lives and whatnot. And it's sort of recognizing that your life is just as important as, in your experience, as this person who's trying to overrule it or create negativity in it or whatnot. And that's where the love and the self-respect comes in for your energy and disengaging from it. Yes, easier said than done. You do need to go through sometimes a little bit of, I call it training, a little bit, when you start realizing this and discerning frequency and energy and what you would like in your life and how you would like to experience it. That is called soul maturity and choosing for yourself. And allowing other people their experiences and the energy and where they're at. We're not here to caretake other people's experiences, and we've all been through things, and we've all made it out of things. And even a lot of people need to move through negativity and heaviness in order to move into more light. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was helpful.